The South African steel industry is facing a seismic shift as ArcelorMittal South Africa, a major player in the country's manufacturing landscape, confirms it will proceed with the closure of its long steel operations. The affected plants, located in Newcastle and near Johannesburg, are expected to cease operations by September 30, 2025. This decision marks a pivotal turning point, not only for the company but for thousands of workers, local economies, and the broader industrial sector in the country. According to ArcelorMittal, the decision was made after prolonged efforts to turn around the performance of these units failed to produce sustainable results. These long steel operations have consistently posted losses, weighed down by aging infrastructure, escalating input costs, and weak domestic demand. With no viable recovery plan in place and mounting financial pressure, the company saw no alternative but to begin winding down operations. This development carries potentially devastating consequences. Nearly 3,500 jobs are now at risk, impacting not just the workers themselves, but also their families and the surrounding communities that depend on these facilities for economic stability. In towns like Newcastle, where the steel plant has been a central economic pillar for decades, the closure could trigger a wave of socioeconomic hardship that may be difficult to reverse. Despite the grim outlook, ArcelorMittal has not entirely ruled out a different outcome. The company emphasized that if a credible and sustainable alternative, such as an equity partner, government intervention, or a market shift, emerges in the coming months, it may reconsider the decision. However, time is running out, and the market has yet to present a lifeline strong enough to change course. This closure is not happening in isolation. It reflects the broader challenges confronting South Africa's industrial base, including energy insecurity, sluggish economic growth, logistical bottlenecks, and a global steel market that's increasingly volatile. Load shedding, high transport costs, and unreliable rail infrastructure have all combined to squeeze profitability, making it harder for domestic producers to compete with cheaper imports flooding in from China and elsewhere. There is growing pressure on the South African government to step in, not just to rescue ArcelorMittal's operations, but to provide a clearer industrial policy framework that supports local manufacturers. The Department of Trade, Industry and Competition has acknowledged the situation and stated that it is in ongoing discussions with stakeholders to explore potential solutions. But many critics argue that more decisive action is required, and fast. In the meantime, unions have reacted with frustration and anger. Labor groups argue that workers are paying the price for years of poor planning and mismanagement, and they are demanding immediate consultations with both the company and government to seek alternatives. They also warn of possible protest action and legal challenges if job losses proceed unchecked. This is a moment of reckoning, not just for ArcelorMittal, but for the trajectory of industrial employment in South Africa. The country cannot afford to lose more ground in critical sectors like steel, which serve as the backbone of construction, mining, and infrastructure development. The closure, if finalized, will represent more than the loss of jobs. It will signify a blow to the country's ambitions of reindustrialization and economic self-reliance. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and hit the subscribe button for more in-depth updates on South African economic and political developments. Stay informed, stay empowered.